Hey guys, so let's start with how to conjugate the passé composé. Passé composé is kind of a two-parter when it comes to conjugation. I mean that it consists of 1, an auxiliary, and 2, the past participle. The auxiliary is the first part, and that can be either être or avoir conjugated, agreeing with the subject. So for example, if I wanted to conjugate the verb manger in the passé composé, I would have to find the auxiliary of manger and the past participle. So most verbs, for the record, will be conjugated with avoir as the auxiliary and not être, apart from, and we'll get into the verbs that do use être in a second. For example, we're gonna have j'ai and then the past participle of manger, which is manger, but with the accent aigu. J'ai mangé is I ate. So as you can see, the et in j'ai is the auxiliary, avoir, conjugated to agree with the subject je, and then manger with the accent aigu is the past participle of manger. If we were using the verb penser, same thing. The auxiliary for penser is also avoir. Let's say we're saying you thought. So we're gonna take tu, and how do you conjugate avoir with tu? That'd be tu as. So we have tu as. That's the first part of passé composé. And then the past participle of penser is penser, but with accent aigu. Just a little tip, any verb that ends in er in the infinitive, the past participle will end in accent aigu. So if we're gonna say you thought, we would say tu as pensé. So let's try some verbs that use the auxiliary être. Verbs that are reflexive will take the verb être. So all that means is the infinitive is like se quelque chose. So se réveiller, se lever, se casser une partie du corps. Things that you do to yourself, basically, is what I'm saying. And then there are also the Van der Tramp verbs. There's different names for them, but I learned them as the Van der Tramps way back when. Basically, that is a group of verbs that take être for the auxiliary when it's in passé composé. You just have to memorize those. Let's try conjugating a reflexive verb first. Se réveiller. So if I wanted to say I woke up, I would first have to conjugate the auxiliary être. I woke up. So je. How do you conjugate the verb être in the present form with je? Je suis. Don't forget, this is very, very, very important. When you're putting reflexive verbs in the passé composé, do not forget that se, the se. So the infinitive is se réveiller. So if we're talking about ourselves, the se would become me. So we place that just before our verb. So instead of je suis réveillé, it would be je me suis réveillé. And the past participle of réveiller is, if you can guess, because it ends in er, is going to be réveillé with accent aigu at the end. So to say I woke up, we say je me suis réveillé. Let's say I wanted to say you woke up, I would say tu t'es, T apostrophe ES, tu t'es réveillé. Or if I was saying we woke up, I would say nous sommes réveillés. And if I was saying you, plural or formal, I would say vous êtes réveillés. Does that make sense? Also, one other thing to keep in mind when conjugating any verb in the passé composé using être as the auxiliary, your past participle is gonna have to agree. And what I mean by that is whatever your subject is, so let's say it's je. I'm a girl and I'm singular, there's only one of me. So the past participle normally is réveiller, accent aigu. Just like that. But since I'm a girl, I'm gonna add an extra e at the end. No accent, but just an extra e at the end. If, for example, I was talking about a group of girls who woke up, I would say elles se sont réveillées. And instead of putting just an e at the end, I would put an e after the accent aigu because one, they are girls, and then I would put an s as well because it's plural. There's multiple girls. Do you see what I mean? And now let's try one of those Van der Tramp verbs. So for example, tomber is a van der Tramp verb, so you use être. Je suis, être as the auxiliary. Tomber, T-O-M-B, E accent aigu. And I would put another E at the end because I'm a girl. So, je suis tombée. With verbs like descendre, let's say I went downstairs, like I went down the stairs. Je suis descendu. So descendu is the past participle of descendre, and I would say je suis because descendre is a van der Tramp verb, which means it uses être as the auxiliary. So je suis descendu. But you can say j'ai descendu, but only if you're saying that you took something down. If I wanted to say I took the suitcases down the stairs, I would say j'ai, avoir as the auxiliary, j'ai descendu les valises, because I'm not taking myself down. Same with if I said je suis sorti. Je suis sorti, that means that I went out. But if I said j'ai sorti les papiers, ou j'ai sorti mon téléphone, that means I got out my papers or I got out my phone. It means I got out something else. But when I say that I'm the thing that got out, you use être as the auxiliary. So, je suis sorti, moi, je suis parti, je suis sorti, j'ai sorti mon téléphone. If I was writing je suis sorti because I'm a girl, after the I would put an E. No accent. I hope that makes sense. Let me know in the comments if that makes sense. If not, let me know and I can re-explain it or try a different approach to explain it or try to clarify or link you to a video that's better than mine. And I will see you in my next video. Bye! Literally, it just said I had 43%. Why the fuck is my battery flashing at me?